Hey there, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested and ready to kick off your weekend. It's the weekend Tarot and Oracle, the weekend insight on life and love for September 25th and September 26th, 2021, also being timeless. So wherever you're catching it in time, could be relevant to what's happening in your life. This is General Collective. Never force these to fit. If it doesn't resonate, either enjoy the show or go about your day, but don't hang on to it. If this does make sense, awesome. If you want to book your own personal session because your individual storyline is always more detailed, in-depth, and intense, go ahead and reach out in the email address or the DMs. Usually have a sale going on and, ask questions about it and the services I provide. So, hey. Interesting. We got pretty big messages coming in. We have the Emperor. That is strength, empowerment, leadership, all about power, foundation even. Oh, this just fell out. So we're going to put that next to the Devil. We're going to look at these energies. Seems to be overwhelming masculine energy. And I don't know yet if it's a bad thing. Well, what I'm seeing is this is going to be something that you're very passionate about. And it's something that involves a lot of learning for you. All you have to do is say yes. I don't think that you're imprisoned by any of it. In fact, I think that a lot of this discipline and dedication is truly setting you free. I don't see that you're holding yourself back. I see that you're over the fear. I see that you're going to take that wand that you're holding on to and you're going to, it seems to be embarking on almost a hermetic journey. You know, the hermit. It all begins with one step. And since this person is on the little bit of the youthful side, I'm going to say it's the beginning of this journey. And I think that you're getting over the idea that it is time constraining. Yeah, you'll be, however age you'll be in 5 years, but you're still going to have this under your belt. You might as well do it. I see that there is an emphasis on the fact that why waste time? So what do you need to know? I'm going to cleanse the cards yet again. Oy vey. It's been really interesting with the collective energies. Yeah. You have a habit of giving up in this situation, don't you? I bet that this is probably like almost a perfectionist tendency. You want to be 100% perfect, even on the first try, with whatever it is that you're embarking in. If you're not, then why bother? But I'm seeing this as you're not going to run away, even though it can be stressful. Every single card that I'm holding is in reverse. So let's see. You're not seeing the payoff now. You know you're not going to see the payoff for a little while. But I also see that in staying put. How many 8s do we have on here? We have 2 8s that are in this. No, we have 7 and 8. Forget it. Whatever. I was lying. Don't know what I'm talking about. But the fact that the numbers are going up is a good indication that you are on the right track and that you are leveling up. You don't need instant gratification in this, but I see that you're no longer going to betray yourself. You're going to work out the kinks of whatever that pessimistic attitude or the... it's almost like the lack of follow through. It's not even procrastination. I don't see any procrastination, but I do see that you will have to kind of push yourself to follow through. And that is indicated by these. It's breaking a really important cycle in your life, one where you've given up a few times in the past. I see that you want more, so you're going to make the changes so that's a possibility with you. It's not a point of you wanting more, so you have to do more. More is not always going to be the case with everything, nor should it be. All right, so let's get some clarification on the fact that it looks like you're not seeing the payoff. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to know, like you know that eventually this is going to pay off. Yeah, you're surrendering to it. And let's see. You might be getting over somebody too. For some of you, you are doing this really hard work and getting over somebody. For some of you, it's about actually making a choice to do something good for a positive direction in your life. So some of you actually might be going back to school. The reason why I say some of you are getting over whatever it is that you can't see the payoff yet, maybe you're getting over these codependent behaviors and holding yourself back from the relationship that you want. And you're going to learn how to sit with yourself. Learn how to be okay playing this game solo in your own skin and not running away from these negative feelings that come up. It might be loneliness. It might be like you're not enough, like you're never enough, like any of those. Use whatever verbiage. But you're going to discover that that's all a bunch of crap. You have always been worthy. You're going to figure out why you have held yourself back from healthy relationships. But I also see that you are changing direction. I want clarification on the Chariot because it's success, it's victory, but it's after the Lovers in reverse. You're learning how to truly invest in yourself, finding your true self-worth, finding out that, hey, you got a voice, and it's just as important. Self-preservation. And also the investment. You're not going to see the payoff right away. And you're going to want to go back to old habits. Whether it's crazy self-abuse or crazy relationships of the past that were detrimental to you. Now, this doesn't even have to be romance. Or for some of you, you might go back, or you might be debating going back to a career that nearly broke you. All of these things are a big no-go. You're not going to do it. It's not in your integrity to do it. It's not in your plans to do it. You've come so far. You will not do it. You've never wanted too much. You've never asked for too much. It was in the incorrect sections, which I think that you've exhausted the fact that they're incorrect. Now, for some of you, you might be having a hard time finding a position that feels right for you as far as career goes. For some of you, you might keep finding the same unfulfilling partnership. That's been a big letdown on both accounts, hasn't it? You are more than capable and more than willing to let, and I think that this is already past, by the way, you let all sense of security and all of that you know, or that was known, you let it burn figuratively all around you. And I was talking about this with one of my friends and also some mentors. You let go of all of those situations deliberately. Then obviously you're the phoenix out of the ashes. But what happens after you are out of the ashes? And I was actually asking them, do you become a vigilante who's always looking for trouble? Do you keep drawing it in? Or do you live in peace? That's for you to decide, but you're going through a regeneration. What you're reborn as, you kind of get to start fresh and decide, don't you? Your past does not dictate where you are going. The constant dictates what the next step is. And once you are mindful of that, you can make that active choice because your knowledge, your wisdom, that's your responsibility. Your awareness is your responsibility. So this is a time for you to double check even. So what do you want to do? What do you need to watch out for? Animals. I had a praying mantis on my office window last night. I'm probably going to post it. But also, I was waiting for my son to get home from school. And I was sitting down on my steps. And I get up, I look behind me, and there is a cricket, completely misplaced. Both of which are very positive omens. So what do you need to watch out for? Because I see that you might be getting a lot of signs that might be very subtle. That's why it feels like it's so quiet. Yeah. You're going to be seeing some signs. I see that the visual signs are going to be the most appealing right now. Yeah. You really are powerful. You really are a leader. You are really taking charge. Be brave. And then stress management. This is going to be uncomfortable. There's nothing about this that is going to be comfortable. You might have your very well-deserved breakdown moments. You can always call them the breakthrough, but when you're going through them, it feels like it's breaking your back. Am I right or am I wrong? You have a vision for what you want for your life, and there's no reason why that can't happen. There's no reason. You have enough resources, and if you don't have them right now, wherever they are, that's where they're coming from. There is no shortage. There is a way towards it. And I see that you are going to take that brave movement and make those steps. Whether it's to the career, whether it's to the person, you will be faced with the solitude moment because you will not settle until you get what it is that you want. You will do the maintenance work for yourself, by yourself, to yourself, whatever the case may be, but just know that the payoff is well worth it. So let's get wisdom of the oracle about some things that you have to look forward to during this waiting period. You will be humbled and also learn how to be flexible. It is not linear. It is not the straight and narrow. Your focus, that's a different story. But life is going to have you adapting. It's going to break you free of those constraints that you've been so held on to recently. We have poised. This is about knowing when you are ready and to jump on it and not second guess yourself, and knowing that even though you have this idea for how it's going to be, learn how to be flexible because something better is going to be breaking those rigid constructions that you have incidentally put in place. Accidentally, incidentally, I don't know. Why? Before I fall? Crap. This is so... Yep. 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 What the crap? Are you kidding me? So what you have to look forward to, what you want does not fit inside this mold. The mold is going to be broken. The mold's going to be broken. I am going to find that stupid book and read it to you, right? Okay, it's not stupid. I'm just completely dumbfounded. Spirit never ceases to amaze me. You ready for this? We're going to look at all of ways that this shows up, whether it's career, whether it's your love, whether it's 41. God, I haven't looked at this in forever. Feels like forever. All right, grab your coffee and listen, or your tea, your water, whatever. Shush, listen. You are meant to evolve and transform with a companionship of others. Certain people enter into your life in order to take you to the next level of healing, consciousness, and authenticity. It is always a reciprocal experience. Although the results for each of you may vary, you know these people by the strong pull drawing you towards them. Sometimes by a strong aversion to them initially too. That's true. I'll tell you a story about one of my soulmates. It's been a friend for almost 20 years. Soulmates can be friends or for life, or remain in your life for only a short time. No matter what, you will be changed in ways you can't possibly fathom now. Pray, pay attention to these people today. They are your greatest gifts. In the relationships, consider love in the deepest sense. Love so powerful that you'll never be the same, regardless of how long your relationship lasts. Consider friendships and romantic bonds so compelling that they overwhelm you with gratitude, or break you open so that you can finally claim who you were meant to be. Even a companion animal reminds you that it is you who's being rescued and healed. Pay attention, for you are in the presence of a soulmate. Come to guide you home to the real you. So the prosperity message of this is strategic alliance that are most important right now as you begin to attract the perfect people to support your dreams. This is a journey you will share with others: mentors, business partners, helpers, employees, creative partners, friends, strangers opening doors for you and step through the portal to join you in a harmonic dance of collaboration, commitment, and co-creation. This is what you've been waiting for. And I'm not even guided to read the protection aspect. No, I'm not going to do it. There's nothing that needs to be protected. You're too amazing. So I wanted to tell you about the soulmates. I had a huge aversion to one of my soulmates. It was 2003, and I started working at Walden Books because it still existed. And it was one of the coworkers. She had just started. And I looked at her. I'm like, I don't like her. I don't know why I don't like her. She seems like a B word. I didn't say it out loud, but she started talking to me. We started hanging out, and she is definitely a soulmate of mine. She's one of my best friends, and she has been for nearly 20 years. She's actually, I call her my son's aunt, because family isn't always blood, but she is definitely a soulmate and family to me. So some other things that you have to look forward to. A point of rest, because you are awakening. Something that seems like it hasn't reached you yet. It does seem like you are having the sense of intensity and passion lost. It seems like there's really no intense offer that is coming your way. And this, it's anticlimactic, but that's good in this sense, because it has you rewriting this and cutting through to the BS. You're not going to get lost in the throes of any sort of passionate upswings. This is the waiting period so that you can cut through all those illusions that have been so firmly grasped to you in the past. You're cutting through to the heart of the matter. You're cutting to the truth. You're doing it with compassion, but you're still cutting to the truth. You're not here to, coddle everyone, but you're also not here to hurt anyone, and you're very well aware of that. So I see that you are going to be very honest, truthful, and you're going to be very clear with who you are and what your expectations are. And, it's not about having this fulfilled by other people, because if it's genuinely not in them, you're not going to hold them responsible for that. But you're going to be very clear with what your intentions and expectations are. And if people step up to that, awesome. But I also see those expectations are going to be naturally fulfilled by the people who are coming in. And it's not because you're entitled to it. It's because this is naturally who they are, and this is part of a co-creation. And they have been calling you in just as much as you had been calling them. So it's very humbling, and it's very soothing. So the likely result of this, hang on. I don't even want the Rider-Waite. Where's the deck? Here it is. All right. Another one that it's the Crystal Mandala. So I want 1 for here for the closing. Yes, I will be reading it to you. I'm going to take the card that flips over 1 second. I'm going to take from the bottom. What's this? Purification. Black Tourmaline. It's interesting that I was pulled to this deck 2 days in a row. When purification is offered, you need to release something that isn't serving you. That's what you're doing. You have to release in order to receive. It's the law of compensation. It could be anything from a relationship to a belief system to a physical toxin that has become stuck in your body, or an emotional block preventing you from taking the next step on your path. It may even be physical possessions that don't mean as much to you as they once did. That could be given away to help others instead. All right, this creates space for you to receive what is meaningful instead. If you think you might have been picking up the thoughts, feelings, energies, or moods of others, this oracle brings you the confirmation that this has been taking place, having a negative effect on you, and is now going to be rectified through divine intervention. If you've been thinking of doing any sort of spring cleaning of mind or home, for example, then this oracle brings you confirmation to clean out house. Sometimes you can become so used to carrying something that it starts to feel natural to do so. It isn't until you no longer have that burden that you realize exactly how much easier your life is without it, and how much you didn't need to hold on to it after all. Attachment is a powerful force. However, and fear can have you reactively holding on to the very thing that is going to drown you, whilst trying to convince you your life is a raft. During this time, the oracle brings you a message. Trust in what has happened in your life, including people, places, and things that seem to be slipping from your grasp. Holding tighter is not the best strategy for you here. You've been expending energy, becoming drained through some sort of your attachments that's no longer in your best interest. Sometimes out of fear, you hold on to when letting go actually brings you what you want. You may be surprised as you loosen your grip and hold a loving detachment and a curious attitude at exactly what remains effortlessly in your life and what is released freely. You will be delighted how much better you feel, and that you've been given and what is given to you in return for your trusting surrender. This is so hitting home. A mild anxiety or uncertainty about letting go is a sign that you are breaking through fear, barrier, and into more trusting and openness in life. Those feelings will pass into joy soon enough. If there's something deeper happening, perhaps you are feeling absolute terror in the prospect of releasing a person, place, or behavior, or even though you know it's best to do so, then be comforted. The divine has infinite compassion. You're not going to be forced. But when you asked, wait, here we go. I'm stuttering. What is my deal? This has been occurring in a lot of private reads. That's why I'm saying that this is resonating. This is definitely collective. You had been asked to surrender something because something major is coming in. This is wild. The divine has infinite compassion. You will not be forced, but you will be asked to hand over what the divine knows is not right for you. You always have free will, and you can always choose to keep holding on, but in your heart, you know that the divine only has your best interest at heart, and there is so much the universe wants to give you. To receive it, however, you need to create some room. It is safe to let go. It helps you receive. Remember that if you're being asked to hand over the scraps you have come to believe are your treasures, it is only you that could be gifted with the sacred feast, and yet still you have every right to do so in your own time. Force is not needed here. Purification happens more deeply when there's relaxation and surrender into the process. You will not tighten up in the resistance and feel unnecessary pain. You will know when choosing to trust in the divine plan and release what is not needed from a place of peace rather than personal power. Nor is there any need for guilt or shame. There's no more poisons in the world at this time. There's more poisons in the world at this time than ever before. And yet with that, there are more opportunities for healing provided too. This is part of the divine mystery that you are blessed with and protected with, and intervention to be free from harmful situations and substances. Now enjoy and follow your hunches and let life follow you with what you most need. The collective readings and the personal readings have been major with this recently. There is something that has been energetically happening, and I've been noticing this. It's been making people completely either emotionally detached or completely caught in their feels, whether it's anxiety or remorse or hopelessness. There's this big feeling of people wanting to give up, but it's not actually wanting to give up. What they are actually doing, what you are actually probably doing, is this major phase of just, okay, I surrender. And it's like there's no more that can be done in this situation. And it feels like you can finally rest because you've let go. You let go of the rope. You let go of that pain and that discomfort, that suffering. And I know that it seems like all is lost, or just whatever, I'm going to do me for a bit. Spirit's like, you just wait and see. So I know what this feels like. I know because I've seen it and it's been happening, and it's not marginalizing your experience at all. If anything, it should give you a sense of ease, but I know that just because you hear something, putting it into action can be really different. So I want you to know, whatever you are feeling right now, it is, first off, perfect as it is. The changes that you are feeling are perfect. The discomfort you are feeling is perfect. Everything that you are feeling in this, absolutely perfect. And it's for a divine reason. And the art of surrender, the art of letting go, when you sometimes feel like it's giving up, that is when something truly miraculous happens. So free will does play a part, but you become exhausted. And then that free will is you letting go. So even though it might not seem like it now, you are in alignment, and there is perfection all around you in this. There is something really divine that is coming in, whether it is a partnership, whether it is some sort of life miracle or some sort of divine situation. But I want you to know that is not the final stop. That relationship, that place, it is all additive to your journey. It is all part of your amazing journey. I cannot love that enough. It's beautiful. And it's actually very enlightening. And when you are in that pit stop for a while, where you're really basking in whatever it is that you are basking in the glory of, it does open up more doors. Doors are being opened on your behalf. You may be in a rest period, but just know that it's also recovery. So, again, this has been the weekend insight on life and love, the weekend tarot and oracle for September 25th, September 26th, 2021, also timeless. So again, wherever you're catching this in time, it might be extremely relevant or it might be completely off key, but whatever the case is, I do hope that this finds you well. And if you have questions about booking a session, DM me. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, know that you're greatly loved and appreciated, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Stay safe, have fun. Hey there, beautiful. If you're coming across this, chances are you need a message, not from a book of matches, but from Rider Waite. So what brings you here? Listen with an open heart and an open mind. As I'm looking at this, it seems to be that, well, masculine energy is a little bit unguarded. This is surrounded by masculine energy. It's ungrounded, scattered. Something is out of focus with this particular energy. It's not paying attention to what's going on around it. So, it's time to readjust, set your sights out. Why aren't you feeling grounded? I get it. It's been really weird energy recently, what just came out. You're overwhelmed by choices. Okay. You're not going to screw this up. You have to just simply look. All right, well, that's easier said than done, I suppose. Seems like you are overwhelmed, and that's bringing on past rows of negativity with this. Something you're not quite ready to release. It is, yeah. It seems to be something that is quite obsessive, and it seems to be a codependent behavior. Now, this could be a person, a situation, whatever it is that has you closed off to anything else. You don't even want to look at this fresh cup that Spirit wants to give you. It's coming out of nowhere. I don't even think that it's approached you yet, but you're not even on the outlook for it. You're dwelling on the past situation. And this, it's having you closed off to whatever could be coming your way. This is a healing period, but it seems to be you're having a hard time making that decision in healing. It's like, all right, am I going to spiral out? Which it would be understandable. But Spirit is being patient because it knows us. And it's giving you the benefit of the doubt that you are going to make the active choice to heal in this, because whatever this is has become a mental prison for you. You're not really ready to let go of it yet because this Four of Cups. But I do see that this is going to be something that you'll eventually come to terms with. And the bottom of the deck is, it seems to be like you are adopting a feeling of apathy. I don't like that. You're not going to be unguarded. It's not that you're not protected. It's that this is the final straw, the closing of the chapter, and you aren't going to be able to stop yourself from moving forward. You have to throw your entirety in this. You cannot tiptoe around it. So there's no tiptoeing, and you will be moving forward. Stay safe, have fun. Hey there, lovely. If you're coming across this, you need to get a message from the daily guidance from your angels. So let's get a card or two. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. I do not feel the pull to look at the bottom of the deck. What's this? What's this? Notice the signs. And then be honest with yourself. And then change in direction. I was pulled to this. No. See, the thing is, you have the sign, you have that little gut feeling about something. Trust it. Even if it doesn't make sense to the scenario, trust what your gut is telling you. Is something casting a feeling? Do you have that nagging feeling in your gut? Something's just not sitting right? Understand it. Notice the signs. If it is saying, that is weird. If you're getting animal symbology, pay attention to that. Your story is unfolding all around you. It's telling you to open your eyes. Be completely honest with yourself, even if it's an answer that you wish it wasn't, even if it was an answer that you didn't expect. It doesn't mean that it is bad. It is a point of redirection to where you do need to go. So it might find something that is similar, but maybe a little bit more of an upgrade towards your vibration. Maybe it's changing direction for your safety, but understand that what Spirit has in mind for you is, well, it's being told to you right now. So I want you to pay attention to how does it feel. The change in direction that you are experiencing is divinely directed by your newborn willingness to open your heart to love and our guidance. You are protected now and in the future, so follow your path to the happy outcomes you desire. See, when you put out there what you want, You think it's a linear, clear-cut direction to where you do want to go. Spirit knows better because it can see the entire picture, how everything's unfolding, the minds and the mindsets of all parties involved, and little bumps in the road that maybe you should avoid. So you're going to get to where your heart wants you to go. You are part of the co-creation of it, but what you don't see is what's going on behind the scenes. You're going to get there the best route possible. So I hope that made sense. Stay safe, have fun. Hey there. Stop, hang out for a bit. Let's get a message from Wisdom of the Oracle. It's not a never-ending story, but it is a familiar cycle, isn't it? You find that you're holding back? Why? What about this is making you hold back? What about this situation or these people, persons even? Do you feel like you have to suppress some aspect of yourself? Let's see. Sit back and watch. This is interesting. Your spidey senses are tingling. All right. This is a repetitive cycle in your life, whether it's situational or involving the type of person. This is a cycle that needs to be broken. You're recognizing all of the signs around it. They may be incredibly subtle. You may be thinking that maybe you're overreacting. Stop. Stop that right there. Your mind, your subconscious is recognizing all the little markers that you have overlooked in the past. And it's trying to get your attention now so that you can avoid some sort of stressful situation. You're not crazy. Your spirit is trying to get you to pay attention for your best interest. This might save you from a lot of heartache, a lot of stress, maybe even a lot of unsafe situations. Whatever the case is, you know deep in your gut why you should be avoiding this and what this road leads to. You can stand back and watch it all unfold, or you can cut your losses now, which is perfectly fine. There's an imbalance of intentions here. You're suppressing your, or you want to, I'm going to even call it self-preservation. You're practicing self-preservation. I see that you are emotionally detaching from the situation, maybe even unconsciously, which is the greatest part. Your gut's not lying to you. If this person or persons or this situation doesn't seem right, there's something wrong. Don't let yourself be talked out of what your gut is telling you. Watch what happens and remain unattached. The never-ending story is finally ending. This cycle is ending. Let me know how it goes. Hey there. Let's get a message from the saints and angels. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. If this doesn't make sense, well, if the reading doesn't make sense, don't take it. But if it does, awesome. Hopefully it's a good one. Let's see. What do you need to hear? What does Spirit want you to know if you've stumbled your way across this or if you watch these videos in a row? But either way, I'm glad that you're here. What do you need to hear at this point in time? Believe. All right, what do you need to believe? Believe in your vision. Really? I love it when that happens. It's always surprising, but it's not surprising. I love how snarky Spirit can be. You have a vision for this life. You have an idea, an activist, some sort of good that you want to do for somebody. Also, this can be pointing to when you get the divine inspiration to do an act of service, follow it. It's flowing into your vision. Don't worry about the how, ifs, whys, whens, wheres, how. Don't worry about any of that. I love that vision came out right after I said vision because I was looking at activist. Let's see, what's this? Generosity. When you're divinely inspired to give an act of service, give a good deed, do it. what I see is that you are increasing your divine gift, your divine message, and this is a growing connection between you and Source, Spirit, whatever you want to call it. The generosity is, it's reminding me of that quote, the scent of the rose remains on the hand of the giver. This is actually putting you in the flow state. When you give, you are in the flow. When you are receiving, life is telling you to ebb a little bit. It's not about everyone else at that time, it's about you. Right now, it's about you and everyone else, and how you flow in through everyone else's life, and how you show up for life, and how you are a key player in this consciousness. This is really great. And I want you to trust those nudges that you are feeling at any given time. It is divine inspiration. You're here for a very strong purpose. Hey there. Let's get a message from the mystical magical fairies. Yeah. Mystical magical fairies. Healing, healed, healer. You're going through a purification process, which can be intense. Flower power. Yeah, you are definitely a healer of sorts. I want to see what this is involving. Okay. Your divine gift is, hold on. Yeah, if you're coming across this, you might be having a vacation come up, a trip coming up, an opportunity to travel come up. You're going through this really beautiful awakening. Something is about to inspire it. And this is part of your divine purpose. I think that you are going to be meeting some people, either whether it's a mentor or somebody who you would consider to be a student, because you would need to be their mentor. But I see a lot of communication coming in. A lot of it, what I'm seeing is kind of like the infinity symbol. So this is a loop of healing, wisdom, and intention that is interlooping with somebody else. I see that this is going to be an intense time for you, and you need to be patient with yourself. You will be getting a lot of downloads. I want you to pay attention to the signs that Spirit is giving you. It's going to be very specified for you. I get that a lot of you are going to be seeing a lot of misplaced coins, and it doesn't have to be like the USD monetary one. I'm seeing like, I'm seeing a lot of weird potential for actual coins. Some of them are going to be collectors, but also there's this thing with, no, I'm getting specifically like little misplaced coins everywhere. So pay attention to those. That might be a very specific sign for somebody out there. But what you are experiencing right now is a healing process, a purification process, and it's part of your divine purpose in life. And let's see, patience as their unseen factors. So it might be at a pause for you, but you will be meeting somebody in your travels. You will be traveling. There will be an opportunity. And I want you to, as long as it's safe, not dangerous, and legal, jump on it. If you go anywhere cool, let me know. Let me know who you meet, because that's just interesting. If you are coming across this, you need a message from the magical mystical fairies. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. Emotional healing. Can you feel it? Yeah. All right. What does Spirit want you to know? Perfect timing. Be purged. The emotional outpouring that you are feeling right now is essential to clear out your heart chakra. And also I'm getting the sacral chakra. There's a deep, intense cleansing that is going through you. It's emotional based. But I also see that this is divine timing that is going to be also healing the throat chakra. So there's going to be a vocalization of whatever the process is that you're going through. It's going to be very unique for your personal experience. You have the power to be, to voice your truth, to move on to the next step. And I want another one. Let go of the old. Whatever you are being let go of, it's to prepare you for this divine gift that is coming. Let's see. I want one more card. I want this particular card. You're going to be fragile for a bit. It's not bad, but you will be in a vulnerable space. It's not so you're taken advantage of. It's so that you are mindful of what energies you allow around you right now. So this, no harshness right now, especially you. You can be your own worst enemy. You can be the most berating individual for yourself. Why? Because you know what you are able to tolerate, and you are getting even aggravated with yourself because those toleration levels are dropping. Because, well, there's even less crap that you should be putting up with. Listen, be gentle with yourself. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. And just because you know how to doesn't mean you have to. All right. Your emotional healing means that your world is going to be getting a lot more gentle. And the perfect timing, it's getting your vibration on a higher level so that you can experience something that you have been putting out all along. But you have the expectation now that it's not going to come to you. But that is also putting you in the flow state to have this connect to your vibration and your channel and gravitate towards you. You're not going to have to tolerate much of anything when this is coming in. The toleration that you are dealing with, I do see that you are letting go of. Send it love and light and send it on its way so that you can receive something that is a higher nature.